There's absolutely no reason for you to be spending $100 buying wings from a restaurant only for them to show up soggy, almost like wet socks with just broken sauce dripping off the exterior. You can make these at home, and I'm gonna show you a couple tips and tricks. This is not going to be your traditional wing. So we're actually using chicken drumsticks because that's my other problem with wings. There's no meat on them. Especially nowadays, these chickens are getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. They're like the Kate Moss of chickens. So let's just go right to the drumstick. In addition to the fact that the drumsticks in many cases can be cheaper, especially if you buy them in bulk. And the way in which we're gonna make these wings is gonna blow your mind. So what I've got here with my trusty sous chef, okay? We're gonna do beef tallow poached or confit style wings, okay? We're gonna cook them once that manner, so effectively they're twice cooked wings, and then we're gonna blast them in the oven to get them crisp at the end. So that's the trick. Now let me walk you through the process. I bought these chicken drumsticks, and the first thing that I did was I took them out of the packaging, I dried them, and then I heavily salted them. So these have been salted for 8 hours, but you can do this up to 24 or 48 hours ahead of time. The salt is gonna season the inside, it's gonna draw the moisture out. It's also gonna help dry the wings out if you leave them in the refrigerator uncovered, not dissimilar to the turkey that we talked about a few months back. So the skin on these wings, you want these to be crispy. So I have dried these. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually going to cook them, but I'm not gonna boil them. I'm gonna cook them at like a low temperature, almost a poach in beef tallow, and that's gonna slowly break the collagen down in the chicken wings until they're falling apart tender. And the chicken fat is also going to infuse into that beef tallow, so we're gonna get this really, really rich flavor as they slowly cook. The best way to do it instead of having a splattering mess is we're gonna start in a cold pan. So what James is gonna do here is he's going to actually, let's start just dumping this beef tallow into this pot. This isn't dissimilar to like traditional French cooking where they do like a duck confit or a chicken confit, which is really any game bird cooked in its own fat. Hundreds of years ago, what they would do is they would use duck fat. Duck confit is the traditional dish. They would use duck fat. They would cook it in its own fat, slowly, not boil it, not deep fry it, but just slowly poach it in its own fat. And then they would cool it in the fat. And because it was sitting in the fat, it could stay throughout the winter time. So you'd have these jars full of duck confit throughout the winter that people would use and spread on whatever they were eating, and that was the primary source of protein. One of the ways in which now French restaurants make a lot of money is that they sell duck or chicken confit, which is just the bird cooked in its own fat. And now, of course, it's more haute cuisine and it's spread on toast or what have you with other garnishes, but it's a traditional kind of poor man's dish that was utilized in the 1800s, 1700s, 1900s, before refrigeration really became mainstream in order to preserve that protein throughout the winter time. So, whoa, little history lesson there for you. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my chicken right into this fat. Now, if you look, it's not fully submerged. Instead, it's going to cook in its own fat as we throw this onto the stove. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this right on the stove and we're gonna turn the heat to low and we're gonna let it slowly start to simmer. All right, so this chicken has been poaching in beef tallow now for about 20 or 30 minutes, just breaking down in its own fat. So I'm gonna put these onto this baking sheet right now, okay? I'm gonna leave some of the fat on here. Now you're gonna wanna put a wire rack on there. Let these cool a little bit, and I'm gonna brush these with just a seasoned butter, but I'm gonna leave the milk solids on the butter, not a clarified butter. So I'm gonna mix butter together, which I'll do with you guys. You can even mix a little bacon fat in the butter, kind of mix your seasoning in there because I'm gonna blast these before I serve them, or for this video, in like a 400-degree oven to crisp the exterior. And that is going to be the final step in cooking these. Now I'm gonna strain this fat, which is now basically part schmaltz. Schmaltz is rendered chicken fat. It's like chicken tallow, right? So it's part schmaltz, part beef tallow, and I'm gonna keep cooking with this. I'm gonna use this for the next couple weeks. All I'm gonna do is strain it. I'm gonna put it back in the jars, the original jars, and I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator. So I'm just making a really quick compound butter to brush onto the wings as I blast them. Just some butter that I kind of melted really quickly here. And then I'm going to add to this my hot sauce. So I'm almost baking the hot sauce onto the wings. So you can use a Frank's Red Hot, whatever you wanna use. I use this local Hive honey hot sauce. Kind of mix this together and just let it kind of pull together, and then I'll cool this, but I'm gonna add some fresh herbs in there. Maybe a little bit of thyme as well. Time after time. If you want to keep this pure, just keep it pure and just do like butter and hot sauce. But you want that, the key here is that I want this butter to melt onto the wings so that the milk solids from the butter brown and create more of like a beurre noisette or like a brown butter on the exterior of the wing. So I melted it just so that all the flavors can come together, and then I'm just gonna throw it in the refrigerator until it cools a second, then brush it onto the wings, blast them in the oven. So the butter's cooled enough just so it's kind of malleable, right? Instead of brushing the wings and being dainty here, I'm just gonna take these wings and I'm just gonna slather them, right? I'm gonna slather them in this butter, this rich butter, look at that. Oh yeah, right? So now we're gonna get some of that beef fat to kind of drip into the butter. Look at that, those juices are going in there. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then we're gonna blast these drumsticks. We're gonna blast these in like a 400+ degree oven. Not fully broiled, just blast them, right? And then we're gonna let that skin get crispy and this butter's gonna bake in there. Now remember, you're getting a ton of flavor in here because we got the hot sauce in the butter with a whole bunch of fresh herbs. If you wanted, right, if you're going for those kind of garlic wings, you can add a little bit of garlic to this, but you know, I'm gonna finish on at the end here. I kept this one simple, right? We're purists. No, we're not. We're poaching wings and beef tallow. Now we're talking. Okay, and in the oven we go. Here we go, our wings are crispy. Oh yeah. Now I know these aren't traditional buffalo wings. For those of you that want to attack me in the comments, I'm here for you, but look at the crispiness on these wings. This is what we're talking about. The key is that we got to get the sauce on there, and we want to add hot sauce. Too often people add cold sauce. So what I like to do is I'll take whatever your favorite hot sauce is, right? Frank's Red Hot, this is a little honey, kind of like a little honey hot sauce. So I'm actually gonna heat this up until it comes to a simmer. Then I'm gonna fold in whole butter. I'm gonna mix it together and mount it with that whole butter, and then I'm gonna glaze it over the wings. It's gonna be fun. So I got my hot sauce here, I got my wings. Now I'm just gonna dress these wings. You don't wanna overdress. You wanna do a little side bowl. That's my technique, is I like to just dress enough to get the flavor on there, and then I do a side bowl of the sauce so that people can dip more. Otherwise they get soaked, right? So they're not as crispy as they were when they first come out of the oven. So you kind of want to do this process as quickly as possible, and right before you serve these wings, these confit wings. And I'd be remiss not to have a little bit of chive action on here.